I went through a typhoon, and that wasn't fun. That was ugly. But that's a different story altogether. Anyway, let me speed up to this. Anyway, when I got out of the Navy in 1973, I still had my job at Chrysler. See, and I come back to Chrysler, they stuck me back in that old warehouse. See, but my father, they had an opening for boiler operator or power engineer.
And this is after you was finished with your 4 years.
Yeah, basically. Oh yeah, I finished my 4 years. I was in the reserve for 2 years after that, but they don't, if they called you, but they did away with the draft, which is great. Anyway, I'm back at Chrysler, and the thing is, Chrysler had and the UAW, the United Auto Workers, had a thing where if somebody had to go do service for the country, they would still be an employee at that place, and their seniority went on. So when I come back, I had 5 years seniority.
Ah, yeah, see, on the job side.
On the job, yeah, I had 5 years on the job seniority. Well, here's what happened. I come back, I'm working in the warehouse, doing all the little nasty stuff I've been doing. But what happened was, they had an opening in the powerhouse. And my father said, "Hey, Reggie, wasn't that what you did when you was in?" I said, "Sure." He said, but then here's what they had to do. And this is what caught everybody and all those prejudiced white people back then by surprise. Because they had, before they can put the job out in public, they had to post it. If anybody's qualified for this job that works here, you got priority. You got
first dibs.
First dibs, yeah. Well, guess what? First black man to have first dibs on a skilled trades job. Oh man, you wouldn't believe. They said, and then they wouldn't hire me. They said, "Well, we're not sure you qualify." I said, "Man, look," I said, "I did that for 2.5 years. What are you talking about? I was trained." And but they started me at what they call midpoint. Then I was working with a bunch of white guys that was sabotaging the job every time I got on it. They wanted to get me fired.
Damn.
A couple of times I went in there and I had my toolbox. I had dirt and grease thrown in my toolbox. All kind of stuff happened. Man, they did. See, back then, they did not want black people to succeed. So, and I told my father, I said, "Man, this is rough." He said, "Look, hang in there." He said, "Because eventually you'll work out." Well, I hung in there. And in, what was it, 1976, right there, I should have got in the first place. I shouldn't even had to go there, but they sent me some school stuff and crap that I already knew, I said, "Come on, I've been trained in this." Anyway, make a long story short, that school thing wasn't nothing. But and I got out of the war in 73, got into skilled trades in 74. It took me 2 years, and I got my journeyman status, my journeyman card. And I was the first black. There was two of us. Another guy named Jeter. He's passed away by now. But he was a millwright. And the same thing with him. There's a lot of things with him because he knew things. Me and him was the first one. I was the first one. And got my journeyman card. And qualified. Of course, here's another thing. See all these other things here? The reason I got these is because they had, after you get out of the service, they had what they called the Veterans Administration school thing, where you could go to school for the next 10 years.
Damn.
Well, guess what happened? Your daddy went to school for the next 10 years.
Damn.
Yes. See, so I got out in 83. Now, this here is the one I'm really proud of, because this is the engineer's certification, power engineer's certification in Indiana. I can still, right now, I can still go and run a power plant in Indiana.
Wow.
Yeah. This one here, now this was late one. This one here is what I went back to school for and got my associate's degree in heating, air conditioning, and refrigeration. Now this was all paid for by the military, because I was under the old, when I got out of the service, I was under my daddy's VA plan. They won't do it no more, but they used to be able to, they give you housing and everything for the next 10 years. So there it is. And that's the one there. And Yep, because that's the last one I got in 1983. Now, this one here is one that Chrysler paid for. Because when they shut the power plant down, I went to wastewater treatment and got another journeyman card. I'm one of the few people that's a journeyman card, and that's a journeyman card.
And a journeyman card is basically just a
Is letting you know that this man is qualified to do this job in skilled trades. See, skilled trades is not like a assembly line job. I had to take care of things. I had to rebuild things, and and put things back together. And the thing is, skilled trades. This is the step up. This is what they need so much now.
Yeah, I would imagine.
Oh man, you go get a skill right now. Automatically, you can get hired. Now your daddy's 70 years old. Do you know I still get calls from wastewater operations, power engineers operations, heating and air, because they know my qualifications. I said, wait a minute, I'm retired. I've been retired. But there is nobody that can do these things, see?
Dang.
So, and this is the one I'm proud of, because this, in 2003, I got awarded what they call the Cold Chairs Award. A person, only 3 people ever got this.
Damn.
Because I moved up from the warehouse and, all the way up to engineering. Dang. So this award is because...
That's good on the picture.
Yeah. This award is because I advanced to that
level, basically.
Oh yeah, to that level. From warehouse all the way up to engineering.
I.S.U.P.K.
To the family, brother Red Pill representing Know the Ledge. Do me a favor, family. Make sure you subscribe to I.S.U.P.K. on YouTube. Get some of that fire that the brothers are delivering. Some of that good information, all right?